everybody. Welcome to NiteLife Exchanges. And NiteLife Exchanges is a place that we get together and we chat with folks about the nightlife, and we try to promote what's happening, in New York City and everywhere, actually, at this point. And today we have a great guest. But before we can proceed, I must bring on the co-host for NiteLife Exchanges, Mr. Tony Javid. Tony, come on on.
I'm here, Scott. We're
like
raring to
Come on
go.
on. There we go. Come on. We're good. So today, listen, today this is really kind of cabaret royalty, and somebody that I've known a while, and has always impressed me with the quality, the professionalism and dedication and the work that she does and the things that she brings so much, and has helped really build the world that we're in today with regards to music and nightlife and all that. So let's watch a little video first of our upcoming guest, and then we'll bring her on.
I can't wait.
I can't.
Prepared to be delighted.
Gonna build a heaven, and I know darn well when I build my mountain with a lot of care and push my daydream up the mountain, heaven will be waiting there. Keep on loving, believers, keep on believing, sleepers, just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. So glad that you let me try it again. It's my last time on earth, I lived a whole scene. So glad that I know more than I do, that I'm gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. When I build my heaven.
No, electrifying, huh?
Thank
Yes,
Absolutely.
and
Amazing.
boogie inducing.
you.
And Natalie Douglas is
Excellent.
with us. Natalie Douglas is with us here at NiteLife Exchanges, everybody, and I'm thrilled to have her here because Natalie, again, I kid you not, I have so much respect for the amount of the professionalism and the amount of work that you've put into this industry, if we call it that, and all of the things that you've done over the years. And but let's dispense with the important things right away. You have a show coming up
Yeah,
this Monday.
I
That
do.
is on October 27th. That's coming up.
There are your details.
There you go. There are the details,
Get your
and
ticket.
that's at Birdland Jazz Club, which is your home,
Mhm.
where you have resided for and been. What a major part of that you are.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's thanks to Jim Caruso and Johnny
Yes,
Valenti.
absolutely. And you're doing the 70s, which is that's an amazing
My
period of time.
favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So many
Natalie,
good songs. Yeah.
some of the artists that from the 70s that are still around, or that are still in your, like that you hear in your head, who are they? What are we going to see on Monday?
Well, you'll always see some Roberta Flack, who was with us until this past year. I think she was brilliant. And you'll see some of the, because I'm from LA, I think maybe it would have happened anyway, but grew up in LA, so I happen to really love that LA rock pop hybrid country kind of thing that Linda Ronstadt, the Eagles, Carla Bonoff, J.D. Souther, Laurel Canyon sound. Like I love that sound. So there's some of that in there. And you know me, there's some politics in there because I'm Black and this is America, so everything's political.
Not you.
So
Enough said. Actually, not enough said. Yeah.
So some Marvin Gaye and some Donny Hathaway and some Elton John. And there's just a little bit of everything. And then of course because it's the 70s, we also have one of my favorite genres from the 70s, which is the sort of weird tune. Like sometimes it's a one-hit wonder kind of moment.
Oh, mhm.
Sometimes, but like the 70s had, I mean, this is not in the show, but for example, Disco Duck and Kung Fu Fighting, I mean, those are two songs that were hits on the actual
Big hit.
radio, big hits. And
Big
like,
hits, yes,
what?
big
You
hits.
know, so
Yeah.
like
Oh
that,
gosh.
but not those two.
Oh
No,
no,
that's
Disco
great.
Duck.
No Disco Duck.
That's great. You,
I
you know,
can't make that noise. I can't do that. I can't do that. Yeah.
no, it's okay. You could have had probably Mark Hartman or Brian Nestor put that in there for you. I know,
Wouldn't
those are
surprise
your
me.
usual go-to guys that you
Yeah.
work. So Natalie, it's a pleasure to have you here. And yeah, let's not talk about the politics yet, but that is one of the things that really I am so impressed with is that you have never faulted. You have never not touched base with the crowd that you're with in that room to let them know what you're thinking, and you're sharp.
Mhm.
You're not throwing out anything that doesn't need to be addressed or listened or heard. Now you may not agree with a lot of people and they may not agree with you, but conversation is what helps
Yeah.
move things along. So
Thank you. I try to make sure it's a conversation. I know nobody wants to be lectured at.
right.
Even if they agree with you, they still don't.
Right.
And so I always try to talk about my point of view, and maybe share a perspective that somebody in the room might not have thought of, or they haven't thought of it from that way.
Absolutely.
But I grew up in a really political family, and my godfather was the mayor of Los Angeles for 20 years, and that was my entire childhood. That he was a mayor there and ran for governor. So I come from a very political family, and then 7 years ago now, when I found my biological parents, I found that my bio dad, was a community activist. He was, sort of unofficial mayor of the Fillmore district in San Francisco, which is where he lived. And we got to know each other really well. And I am so his kid. Like, he was an activist since he was a little thing, and I come by it naturally.
DNA and also a learning experience and
Nature and nurture.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So good, because we need more of that. So one of the things that you do though that is really really helpful and incredible is you take the time to through your work with Mabel Mercer
Mhm.
to actually teach and train and present
Yeah.
younger people.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about that program and what people can, how people can become involved.
Sure.
And that means also donating to Mabel
Mhm.
Mercer is
Yeah.
one way, but
The Mabel Mercer Foundation, which is mabelmercer.org, you can always donate through the website, and you can earmark your donation specifically for the education program. People have done that, and God bless them for doing that. It is it's sort of one of the joys of my life. KT Sullivan first hired me as a teacher 13 years ago, I think it was, when she first became artistic director after Donald Smith, the founder and artistic director, passed away. And KT and I were actually, it was around this time of the year, because we were in the subway together on our way down to Wall Street area to do David Kenny's show back when we did the interviews with David in studio, and KT said to me, I want to talk to you about an education program. I want to develop that wing of the foundation, which Donald really founded to celebrate Mabel and this art form that Mabel championed, and to keep it going and make sure that it's alive and healthy. And so, she wanted to make sure that one of the ways that that happens is that we make sure kids are discovering this music and being
Absolutely.
encouraged. And the thing is, one of the things I get to do is work with them on whatever music excites them. I mean, so this is the fourth year in a row that I'm teaching a fall semester at PPAS, the Professional Performing Arts High School here in New York, the high school that people may know from the movie fame or the TV show fame. And it's an elective for juniors and seniors. So these are kids who have auditioned to get into the school. So they're all wonderfully talented. And they've had 2 years of instruction at the school before I see them, 2 or 3. So they know, they have a base training in acting and in singing, and they know, how to do this. They know how to perform. But what a lot of them don't have experience in is performing as themselves. And that's what we do in cabaret,
Mm-hmm.
And you, Scott, we have seen wonderful, fantastic, brilliant Broadway actors who get out on a cabaret stage and are a little bit lost because they know what to do when there's a character and there's a fourth wall. But when there isn't one, everybody doesn't have that experience. The I always say that the skills are similar, but they're not exactly the same, you know. And I trained as an actor, not a musical theater actor, at USC and UCLA. So I understand the theater world, and I also understand what I had to learn, kind of on my feet, performing for audiences live. Um, and I like to share that with the kids, and it's great fun. I have 15 weeks with them, once a week, and they bring in all kinds of stuff, and they bring in Bruno Mars, and they bring in Doja Cat, and it's awesome, because Great American Songbook is still being written. It's
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of contemporary music that people, maybe 40 and up, um, hear the production values of, and kind of think, oh, that's not for me, because
Right.
the way it's presented doesn't
Mhm.
doesn't resonate
Right.
necessarily. But if you strip a lot of those songs down to a voice and a piano, or a voice and a guitar, they're great songs. They're great pop songs, and they tell great stories. Not
That's
all
a
of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a really good point because the way that they're produced a lot of the time, I mean, you have to look up the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's a
sure.
shame, especially if they're really good lyrics. It's like it feels like sometimes the lyrics suffer in the effort to make that great record.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've just sort of trained our ears over the last 50 years to kind of expect a certain thing to come out of the radio,
Yeah, yeah,
or I mean, not that people have radios anymore, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
We expect to hear
I know
like
what you mean.
a current tune sound a certain way,
Right.
and it's, the vocal is kind of buried inside, and it may be somebody overdubbing themselves 15
Hmm.
times, and all of those things that are hallmarks of modern music, and they're cool, they're fun,
Hmm.
they are the hallmarks of modern music. But you don't replicate those things in a live performance,
Right.
and what a couple years ago, I guess it was 2018 or 2019, when Adele was on one of her tours, like pre-pandemic times. She came through here, and she was at Radio City, and friends and I were marveling at the fact that she basically did a cabaret show. I mean, she stood there in this gorgeous gown, and she told really funny stories because she's a whack job and I love her. And she is. And then she sang songs. Like that's what it was, and it was on this scale, but it was a cabaret show. It was awesome,
Very
Well,
interesting.
that's
So
generally, I mean, that's kind of the way that Liza Minnelli would walk on
exactly,
the stage. And
exactly,
there could be thousands of people in that audience, but
Right.
you think she's singing to you. She
right.
connects with everybody individually. And the thing is, Natalie, too, you cut your teeth in this whole process working in the piano bars, and
I did.
there's
Mm.
nothing rawer and more in your face than actually standing there in the piano bar with the drinks being slung and performing and capturing the audience and everybody. You can hear a pin drop sometimes when
Michael Feinstein and I actually had this conversation about a year ago. That because there were so many piano bars when I got to New York, and when I first met Michael, which was 1983, he was playing and singing in a restaurant in LA where one of my best girlfriends her high school boyfriend. Well, I guess he was technically her college boyfriend. We were in high school. Um, was bartending at this club, this restaurant, and we went in and we heard this new guy at the piano who was playing and singing, Michael, and I don't remember apropos of exactly how it came up. Oh, it was last year after the night I hosted a cabaret convention. And we were just talking about how there were so many more spaces you could learn by being in front of an audience before you had years
Right.
of practice under your belt. You know, you could learn in front of people live, and you didn't. You know, our dear friend John DiCarlo used to call it learning on their time, but you know, but we because there's so
Yeah.
much of it you can't get in a classroom. That's part of why whenever I'm lucky enough to get to do these workshops under the auspices of Mabel Mercer Foundation, or you know, I teach at the O'Neill. I'm lucky enough to be one of the teachers up there for 2 weeks every summer. I'm thrilled that performance is as much a part of it as workshop. You know, because yeah, we have to have the time in the room when it's just us and we're trying things and
Yeah.
we're you know, and we're making suggestions and we're saying, oh, that doesn't work, okay, come away, you know, because there isn't like a right and a wrong answer. There's a strong choice or a better choice, you know.
Right.
uh but you can't really do it until there are people there, because this gig is about communication.
Right.
It's not you in a mirror, you know, it's not you in an oil painting. It's you and the people who show up and the conversation you have. And I learned that from my acting teachers. I had a great teacher at USC, Carol Oligario, who was a brilliant woman. She was a dear, well, she still is a dear friend of Robert De Niro's, and studied with him in New York. She's from New York and moved to LA and later became my teacher. And she used to say, when you're on stage and you have a song or a monologue, you are not alone. The audience is your scene partner, and you don't ignore them, just like you wouldn't ignore a fellow actor on stage. And what they have to offer you may not be verbal. You know, they may not have a line, they may not have anything to say, but they're actively participating if you're doing your job right, you know. And I take that to heart, and I have now for a long time.
And you
That,
share it. And
yeah, I
you share
try
it.
to. I
Yeah.
really do.
Oh, you do.
Um,
Do. Hey, so Tony, we could go on because fascinating, right?
We really
She's
could.
got
This
it
is
together. She's got
wonderful.
it. Natalie, the show is on Monday.
Yep.
And at Birdland.
Yeah.
Put that banner up one more time there. There we go.
How
There's
about
the whole-
that?
That's look at Natalie. Holy cow! You look so good, honey. You
Thank
are
you.
looking so good.
And
Thank
serving
you.
up
Great-
70s
That's a
realness.
great looking card, by the way.
Thank
And-
you. That's
Yes.
Bill Westmoreland photograph. I love him, you know, I do.
Okay.
And my husband designed the
Yeah,
photograph,
he's doing
the
good
card. Yeah.
He does good work if anybody
Yeah.
is looking for design work.
He has many, many talents. He does.
Yeah, we are gonna
yeah.
go. We are gonna go now, but congratulations on everything like that you've been
Thank
doing
you.
and the stuff that you have coming up, and we'll all keep our eyes open for
Thank
what
you.
you have
And-
coming in the coming year, including you do the Juneteenth
Yeah.
concert again.
Yeah,
in-
this will be the 5th year in Juneteenth, 2026, which falls on the 15th. It's always the Monday around Juneteenth, so
Right.
this year it'll be the 15th.
Which 6 or 7 years ago nobody knew what that was, and very few people
Some people
knew.
did.
No, some people knew.
Some of us did.
Not enough people. Not enough people. And
It
then
wasn't.
and
It
Nina
wasn't a
Simone-
national holiday yet. It was not a
Correct.
national holiday. That,
And Nina
President
Simone
Biden made that
also.
happen. Yeah,
Nina, you've helped to keep Nina Simone's music.
I love her.
And
you know, I do.
who used to love her, by the way, Natalie, was
Mm.
Jan Wallman used to tell me how much
Oh,
she would enjoy when Nina Simone would come in the
I
room.
love
So
Jan. Yeah,
it goes
yeah,
back
she
to
was amazing.
history.
And but speaking of history, let me just say that having known you for such a long time and loved you for such a long time, I want to thank you for everything you do, because you are one of those people whose arms open wide. And as a performer, that was always part of what you did. It was your gig, that you were just generous in this way of inviting other people to perform with you, making sure that other people had a platform. But now you've expanded that to NiteLife Exchange, and you allow us to have a place to talk about what we do, to catch up with each other. You know how it is. We're
It is
working, and
good.
so we don't get to, if I want to know what other people are doing, I can check in to NiteLife Exchange and go, oh my God, so and so has a show and I'm in town that night. I can go see it. Like, you provide
That's
this
great.
platform. So thank you for that.
Thank you
I
for
really
thanking
appreciate
me.
it.
And Tony is a part of that. And I have a
I
little
know.
team over here that works on it with me. And
And you all work really
we're
hard,
all
and I
grateful.
appreciate the work you do.
We got to do it.
Thank you
This
so
is all
much.
about music and how we share it and how we all experience it. That's
And
the
coming
goal.
together.
So, Natalie, enjoy. And I'm not sure if I can be there Monday night. I'm trying to change it, but if not,
There's a
enjoy.
lot happening Monday. I do know that.
Oh, there is a lot. Oh, yeah.
Frank Dane has a show. Marilyn May has a show.
Yeah.
Edith Korakov has like an event celebrating her.
It's
There's a lot happening.
Embarrassment of
Busy.
riches.
We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, baby. Take
Yeah.
care.
Take
Bye,
care.
Tony. Bye, Scott.
Bye bye. Premature goodbye. I'm sorry. I was so involved in the conversation. I
I love it.
forgot my job. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.